been missing you for oh so long. I can't wait, can't wait. Oh, see, I've been missing you. Da, 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 da. No, 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 no. Can't wait.
All right, all right. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? We are the Sloans. My name is Sheldon. This is my lovely wife.
Sheila.
All right, and yes, we are broadcasting live here from Statesville, North Carolina. We are part of a group called Friends of Our Marriage,
Marriage.
Friends of Your Marriage, and we are the I Do Me Too group. We ran across the Jamals a couple years ago, and we've been working with them really tight and really close for a while, and uh, just came across this nice little platform and venture here, and here we are once again kicking it with the Sloans, part two. Oh man. But we've got some great guests with us tonight. If you didn't see it before, it is the Summers. I've got it's actually some family of mine, my uncle and his lovely wife, and they have decided that they would jump on board today and talk with us a little bit about marriage and trust and a few other things that we got going on. So we're gonna go ahead and go ahead. How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Doing great.
All right. And we've also got some of our great friends, some facilitators. They facilitate on Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock Central Time uh, out of the Iowa area. We have the Nichols. How you doing? How you
How's
doing?
it going? How's it
Hello.
going?
Hello.
Hey,
Thank y'all for joining us this evening. It just makes it more fun when we got more people talking
Mhm.
with us. We just love everybody being able to chime in. And we've also got some people out there on Facebook and YouTube. Want to say hey to you guys as well.
Everybody.
Chime in on the chat. Let us know where you're at, where you're calling in from, where you're at, who you are. We love to hear from the people that are online as well. We've got someone on the I Do Me Too line. We can see you guys. All right. Glad you guys are here as well. And just to let you guys know a little bit about what we've got going on this evening, before we do get started with that, I want to let you guys know something. We've got something new that's going on, and it is the word of the day. Day. That was my echo. Y'all like how I did that, right? My echo. I get that. And the echo, excuse me, the echo that I put on. The word of the day is actually going to be, what is it, lovely wife?
Challenges.
All right. I hope you heard that word. Challenges. Challenges is the word of the day. If you want to be
We out here
eligible for,
challenging this hot sun.
yeah, it is challenging.
yes.
It's hot.
But for your opportunity and your chance to win, just go to www.idometoo.org and you can have a chance to register for one of the prizes here. You just got to mention that the word of the day is what?
Challenges.
All
Challenges.
right. All right. That's how we doing it today, y'all. So, with that being said, we're going to kick it off and let you guys see how we're going to be running things today. We've got a couple questions that we want to ask you, and just to get you warmed up for with a few things.
I'm gonna
So,
use my cell
this is
phone.
how we're going to do this. I'm going to use my cell phone, and Sheila's going to use her cell phone. If you've got paper in front of you, you can use paper. But each of you get something to write on, and be ready to play with our couples. Who knows best? is the name of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you write your answer on the question first. And then you're going to guess what you think that your spouse would say. Now, don't cheat. Don't look at each other's paper. You got to play it cool, play it. I know what you think your spouse might say. But what do they think you're going to say? That's the question.
That's what I like about this game.
Yes, I like this game. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to jump off into question number 1. Which one of you was the first to be convinced that you were meant to be married? Which one of you was the first to be convinced that you were meant to be married? All right. We're going to give everybody a second to write down your answers.
And everybody, you can actually do a chat too. You can chime in chat. Love the echo.
All right. Let's see. We're going to start off with the Nichols tonight. Let's see what your answers are. Let's answers on this since you joined us tonight. I'd love to hear from you.
I put C.
Okay.
C.
That was your answer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what was it? What do you think her answer was?
C.
Oh, so C both of you. Okay. All right. Well, is he right?
The irony is no. Her husband. I said
You said
B for myself and B for him. I thought he knew before I
Like you said, B, Phyllis, you going in and out.
you're breaking up on us, Melissa.
Okay. I thought B for him and me both. So that's why we have these quizzes so that we can see the differences that we come from.
Okay, so you thought it was the husband. Okay, that had to go back and see.
So
what
you
it
was thinking that he was, both of y'all were going to say him, is what you said. And
Yeah.
both of you were going to say, he said that both of you would have said it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting.
I'm just
Don't say what you said. Yeah, don't tell nobody.
okay.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear from the Summers. What was your answers? Let's start with the ladies first. Miss Patrice, let's go ahead and tell us.
I said B. I mean for him. I said it was him first. Yeah, it was him.
Okay. And what? And that's what
That was
your
for both
answer would be
answers.
Yeah.
Yes, B and
for
B.
both of them.
Yes, B and B.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. And what about you, Unc?
I said D. I said neither. And I got an interesting story. We went looking. Yeah, we went looking for rings one day, and we were both kind of thinking about it, and we were looking for rings, and so we went in the mall. We were shopping. So that day that we were shopping, I actually purchased. She was with me, and one thing I've learned in our marriage is there's not a whole lot that I can hide from her. So we purchased the engagement ring. We get back to the house, and she calls one of her cousins to tell her cousin that we had purchased the ring. Now, that said cousin is now our pastor. So when he got to the house, he calls everybody. He starts cooking, and the next thing you know, it turned into an engagement party.
Engagement party.
So that was already, it was signed, sealed, and delivered.
Yes,
before
I
it really
still
was
delivered,
new.
exactly.
But it still sounds like you because you picked out the ring.
Okay, we'll let you stay with that answer.
You went looking for a ring.
Okay.
By
So
yourself.
that was,
You went looking for the ring by yourself,
No.
right?
Yeah. She was with me.
she was with
Okay.
him when
She
they
was with
were ring
But it
shopping.
was his idea.
But it was his
It was
idea.
his idea to go.
I guess I'm right.
Now 90, we're gonna go ahead and say 90% of all answers that come out of the women's mouth are right. We already know.
Thank
Right,
you.
right.
Thank you.
That's not true.
Just leave it that way. It's easy.
Glad
Yes,
you
sir.
recognize.
You know the rules. Okay. All
What
right.
was your answer?
So let's. Oh, you want to know
What
my
was your
answer?
answer? Yeah.
My answer. Okay. My answer was for me. It was in my for my aunt me. It was me. B. I was the one that said it, but I feel like she said herself.
I can see.
Hey,
I said C. I said both. Because my mom is the jewelry shopper. So she told us exactly where to go and find the ring and was like, I can try discounting everything because I shop there all the time. So, we both went and picked out the ring together.
that is true. That is true. But what, like I was saying, is that there was a question that came up before the rings came up because your mother wouldn't have never known about us wanting to get married if it wouldn't have already came up. Right or wrong.
Who asked the question? Who did?
But I don't talk to your mother, so you had to tell your mother that.
That we was getting married.
You was
He's trying to say that I.
No, that's why I felt like you would say you.
Oh, see, okay,
But
that's where I get confused because I feel like it would be both.
I know what you're saying when you said you feel like it'd be, and I can't agree with you on that.
Mhm.
I said that it was me because I remember when I was talking to you about getting married first. I brought that up, so I was thinking it was me in my mind.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, we're learning how
Now we
to
went back
juggle
what
this discussion.
16 years of thinking that we've been so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
How long y'all
How
been
long
married?
have you guys been married, Summers?
I'm gonna let him.
We've been married 18 years. It will be 19 in August, and we've been together for 20.
I haven't been
Oh,
to.
that's good. We've been together.
Did you catch what she just said?
I heard something mumbling
She said-
going on over there.
She said, I haven't been telling the truth. I keep up with the dates. I've got it down.
I do too.
Our first date was July 14th, 2002. First date.
I remember the day me and Sheila met. It was
What?
January the 2nd of 2021.
Wow.
2001. 2001.
Wow.
Well, that's good, y'all.
I remember. See, that's a family thing. That's a family.
There you go. There you go, fam. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We'll let y'all have that one.
Nichols, how long have you guys been married?
We just celebrated 16 years on the 10th of June.
All
wow.
right. All right. Yay.
Happy anniversary.
Awesome.
No, that's right.
And he remembers the dates all the time too.
You breaking up, Callista.
Oh, I said he remembers the dates too all the time. I don't.
The men are winning something now.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir.
We're finally catching up to y'all. I know it's 150 to 1, but it's okay. Catching up. We got one. All right. What's our next question? We got going on here. All right. Who knows best? If both of you guys, this is one I'm really interested to see right here. If both of you got sick at the same time, which one would still be the primary caregiver? If both of you got sick at the same time, one would still be the primary caregiver. The wife would still be the primary caregiver. The husband would be the primary caregiver. Both of us would equally care for each other, or neither one of us would be caregivers because we're both big babies. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to get in trouble with this one. Okay, final answers down. All right. Let's start this one with the Summers. Let's see where we're at. I want to hear what Uncle Mike got to say on this one.
Okay. I would be the primary caregiver. And I would be the primary caregiver. And her answer is that I would be the primary caregiver. Because bottom line is this: when mama feels bad, I got to take care of mama. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Look at the bob of the head. Yeah.
I can totally agree with you on that.
Man.
I understand. All right. And what would you say, Miss Patrice? There was no.
Because
discussion
when
about
I don't feel good, hey, I'm just a baby. I'm just, when we both don't feel good, hey, he got to.
Still got to step up. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, how about you, Nicholas? Jeff, let's hear from you, Jeff.
I would say that she would be the caregiver, and if she was sick, she would still be the caregiver because she wouldn't like what I was doing if I was doing it wrong. So I have a whole list of doing stuff. So she'd just rather do it herself.
My answers were me also.
Okay.
Myself, and him was me also.
She said herself.
You got to get into the mic.
When I get sick, I'm still taking care of the son and mother-in-law. But when he gets sick, he really doesn't need much. So I will say, though, that when I am sick, like only I am sick and he is not, he does a very good job of caregiving. Because I get migraines, and so he does a very good job of giving me a cold bottle. But if we're both sick, it's going to be me. I
Got
just
you.
pull it up by the bootstraps and get it done. So, yeah, he does a very good job of taking care of me when it's only me sick. But when it's both of us, I'm the one that takes the lead there.
Got you.
Okay.
See, it's hard for me to get up when
She-
I'm sick.
So, you already know what the answer.
Yep.
It's hard. And it's just us two, our kids. We don't have kids here at home. So, if I'm sick, I'm like, it's like we have soup in the can, we have peanut butter and jelly, no cooking. You can play your video game on your phone. I ain't gonna bother you. I think that's so it's like
I got you. I already said it was me. There was no doubt in my mind that I'm going to be the one to get up because I got to get up now.
you don't
So
complain about nothing. So
no, I don't. I don't complain. It's not about a complaint. It's just I already knew the answer to that. It was going to be me. I'm going to be the one to get up. I'm gonna have to do it.
I have to say to him, "Are you okay? Are you okay today?" And he'd be like, "I'm fine." And then if I continue to see like if his back hurting or something, he's walking around with his back. I'm like, sit down, because he don't want to sit still sometimes. So that's why I said, because if I'm not
Okay.
feeling good, I'm not feeling good. I'm
But
not
when
getting up. I'm not moving.
I know it, but it's like when I'm sick by myself, I still got to do the work anyway. So I already knew if she was sick, I'm gonna be doing the work. You already know. We had someone in our chat here that said my answer is A. My husband should say A, but I think he would say C. Oh man. Let's see what we got going on. What's our third and final question here? Who knows best? Who takes primary responsibility for the household chores? Is it the wife does most of the household chores? The husband does most of the household chores? Both of us take equal responsibility for the household chores, or neither is responsible for household chores. We pretty much freestyle. All right, I'll give you guys a chance to answer that. All right. And I think we should go first on this one since we done had them go first all the time. So, what do you want to answer first, or do you want me to answer first?
Yeah, you answer first because it's
Okay.
household chores.
Well, I said with household chores meaning inside of the house, that is mostly her. I will say
Yeah.
that is, I say me, I would say her, and I'm pretty sure she would say her because
Inside.
she gotta write down exactly like from A to Z what she want me to do. If she said go clean up the bathroom, that's a whole list that you need to write down that I need to do in that bathroom. Cause I ain't gonna do it the way you do it. I know I'm not gonna do it the way she do it. She gonna come and tell me I didn't do it right. So go ahead and tell me what that list is. So that's how I know she does it better than me. So what did
And
you
that's
say?
well for my answer, I said A, me, but I thought he would say D, that we don't really have chores. We just freely do it. But I mostly I do I'm home most of the time, so I'm the one that's basically cleaning, cooking, and y'all notice he said inside because when it comes to outside, I might plant a flower or something, but cutting grass,
She don't even plant no
mm-mm.
flowers unless they grow inside some type
Not
of
yet. We
UV.
have to get our
If it's a
land.
UV
So
light somewhere, she might do it, but she is not going outside
if
for
we when
none
we
of
buy
that.
our property, our land, then yes, I'll have you see me in my garden, things like that.
It's gonna have to be a
But
big shade
as of
tree,
right now,
I
a
don't
big
blame you.
I
tree.
am not cutting grass.
I ain't
Mm-mm.
cutting grass either.
I just cut grass this morning. So
Oh no, I ain't never. Mm,
Calista.
We got one
Okay,
of y'all.
Calista's next.
All right.
I ain't never. Have I ever? I
No,
tried.
one time at church.
I did one time at the church. That's the first time I ever cut grass in my life. I've never. But that one time, and then they tried to make a big deal out of it. Gonna take pictures, put it on Facebook. I said, I'm done. I ain't doing no more. I got off the right lawnmower. I said, because of y'all doing that,
They caught you breaking a sweat, huh?
yeah. So I said, I'm finished. But no, that's my first time and my last. Ain't doing no more.
What's that answer?
All
She
right,
said she was
Callista, what would you say?
So I said for our answers that both of us kind of take equal inside the house. Both of us kind of take equal responsibility for things. Although, I have to say there are some things like I had to do when I was growing up as a child, and we had 3 bathrooms as I was growing up. So I hate doing the bathrooms. So he gets that chore all on his own.
You
So
already know.
definitely help you out with the bathroom.
That's not
Without
right.
me giving you a list.
So we're gonna have
And
to conversate there.
and I said
Give
that
me some pointers.
I thought he would probably say that we share the responsibility also. Now, if
Okay.
you're talking about outside, actually, I do most of the outside.
Oh wow.
I
Wow.
like to mow the grass.
Mm-mm.
So I don't like to pull weeds, but I do like to mow the grass.
Okay.
Now,
I
do
wish
you
you
have a
like
push?
shoveling snow.
And I don't like shoveling snow.
Look, he said, "I wish you like shoveling snow," so we know whose job that is.
Yeah, we
Right.
know what job that is.
And y'all get a lot of snow
Oh
too.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I don't mind doing the bathroom. It's one of my household chores that I had to do growing up. My only problem now with doing the bathroom is after I done cleaned it all up, Cloroxed it all down, I like to be the first one to use it, but I never am. I'm always the last one.
Amen, bro. Amen. That always happens with me. That's whenever I was cleaning up with the kids, when the kids were in the home with us, it would be like I would clean up and help to clean up, do something, but I would never be the one to get to use it first. Never, never.
Uh,
Oh, how about the Summers family? Who does the chores here in the Summers family?
she does. I won't get this one wrong. Patrice, she does most of the chores inside, and I'll pitch in from time to time, and she would say that it's her. I pitch in every once in a while on a day off, and for example, like I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I love being in the kitchen. I love to cook, but she always has to come behind me and clean because I don't clean up the kitchen good enough.
Man, that's family.
Well, my thing is, I even have some water, because I was always taught you cook, just clean as you go. And I just leave the water in there for him. And I go back in there. I'm like, okay. And then I rather for him not to clean it because I have to go back and wash it again. And then the bed, if I go somewhere out of town, I come back, he won't sleep in the bed because he can't make up the bed the way yeah. So he'll sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
Man,
I
it's a generational
I don't
thing.
mind the couch when I'm at home. And she's
my daughter had her baby, who's getting ready to turn 1 next week, and I was in the hospital with her for 5 days. He did not sleep in that bed.
All
his
was
mess
no
was in the living room, and I was like, okay, all right, get up, let's get this going. So I can get back out. I gotta clean this mess up before I leave.
He tried one day about the bed, and I looked. I was like, really? So after that, he don't mess with no more. He don't mess with the bed when I'm gone.
Wow.
He sleeps on the couch.
Oh, man,
so for him though, I put that he would probably say that we're, like you said, Sheila, that we both, from time. I think that's just on a Wednesday though when he's off.
When I'm off. Yeah.
Now you don't do the outdoors.
No.
You don't do the outdoors because Sheldon, your grandpa, he cuts the grass. So this one don't do that outdoors either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your grandfather got the lawnmower on lock. At 91 years of age, and he's using the zero turn. Yeah, he got it on lock. You can't touch the lawnmower. I can use the weed eater, but that's it.
He probably ain't got about 14 hours on that lawnmower.
You ain't know. He probably got about 30 on it.
Then you gotta go look at your car to see if you done hit it with your car. If you done hit your car.
He looks like Ferris. Ferris get on his snowboard every other day, and he just rides it. He's 98. I think Ferris.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
98 years old.
Yeah.
He
rides the snowboard.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh God. Now that was a good one right there. All right. Well, at this time, I want to take a quick break, real quick. For all of you guys who have not really, if you don't know who we are and what we do with Friends of Our Marriage, just take a look at this real quick.
We had to travel the world of our past to realize it was harder before cause we weren't by each other's side. Maybe it took a little longer to know together we're stronger. That's the way our love survived. Now we've gone through the fire. Love will take us higher, higher than it was before we went through love and war. See the promised land, walking hand in hand. Now that we can understand what we were fighting for, fighting for love.
All right. And yes, we are, like I said, Friends of Our Marriage. We come together as a group, and we just have been friends. I mean, just friends of each other's marriage. You want to have someone around that you can talk to that's not going to just be biased. They're not going to be just on my side because Sheila's not their real friend. They were my friend before they met Sheila, so they're going to stay my friend. I need to have friends that are going to be that know Sheila and me, and they want the best for Sheila and me, not just me. Because if I get with some of my friends that I used to hang out with that may not be married right now, they may not give me the best advice. They will want me to stay mad at Sheila, go ahead and hang out and just go chill and do this or whatever with them, which could put me in a position to where my wife might not be trusting me to do certain things anymore because of the fact that I chose to go hang out with single friends of mine and she really didn't know what was going on. So it can put you in a predicament. That's why friends of our marriage is something that has really been beneficial to our marriage. It saved us. We've been at those points where we've been ready to call it quits. Don't want us to be with each other no more. But just knowing that
It
you
was
have
because of
good people.
arguments and not understanding each other.
Yeah.
And being a part of the group, we were able to discuss things that brought up a topic that me and Sheldon Don went through. And we both looked at each other after the call or during the call and was like, oh, okay, that's what we should have done. That's what we should have done.
Yeah.
Or that's what we're going to start doing from now on. So, meeting the Nichols, the Rudges, the Jamals. I mean, it's been a true blessing to our marriage.
Yeah.
We listen to stories that they go through, and we relate
Yeah. You see
to.
similarities. You
Yeah,
can sympathize, empathize. You know, all of that just comes right into play when you've experienced it yourself and then you hear someone else talking about it and you're like, oh really, you went through that too? So it's like
Yeah.
somebody relate to you and it just makes things come together better, when you've
it's
got
not no
somebody that's
shoulda, coulda,
been there.
woulda. It's
Yeah.
a yeah, we talk. So
Yeah.
that's what I love about this. And we looking for more couples to be involved because we all don't have friends of our marriage in our hometown. And if you do, you're blessed. I'm telling you, you're really blessed
It's
to
a
have
blessing.
your marriage around you,
Yeah.
where you can go out to eat and things like that. And so that's what we're building, this a network of a group of people that are looking for that.
Hmm. And eventually we'll all be able to do this nationally to where we can bring the Nichols and the Jamals here to the Carolinas. We can all head out to Iowa and we have conventions.
Wow.
So eventually we're gonna get there, but it's a building process. But
Yes.
as we move forward here, we're gonna share this with
Now is time to explore Bible based answers to real life issues with questions that help get a better understanding about the Bible verse for our featured topic. You can find the interactive lesson and assignments at idometoo.org. Click to access this week's assignments, and then go to number 2 to complete Bible study lesson and click Go to Interactive Bible Study. Click Start Course, and then just scroll through the lesson and get started. Now, let's get started with the Bible verse and study questions.
All right, all right. And this week's topic is trust. This whole month, we've been talking about trust and
Yeah,
how it
weeks.
affects. Yeah, we are in week 6
It was a
and 7-week series. Yeah, and it's been very interesting. It's been helping us to dig into our relationship and to also see how our trust is with each other and what we really do think of each other. So it's been pretty good. Has it been for you? Been good for you?
Oh yeah, because what me and him is involved with entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I work with models, and he worked with everybody and their grandma, and so we
And the grandma.
we have to really these topics were yeah,
They were on point
needed,
for us.
on point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It came at a good time for us in our relationship as well. Just being able to go through stuff like this and just know that like we said, there's other people out here going through the same things as well.
That's right. Yeah.
And our Bible verse for this week was Isaiah 26:3. which this is the New King James Version that we're reading from here. You will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you. And with that verse, what does that really mean? I mean, from your point of view, um, I mean, Uncle Mike, I mean, just can you elaborate on it real quick? I mean, what do you think that verse means to? I mean, what does it mean to you?
Yeah. Um, you will keep him in perfect. So you as God, God is going to keep you in perfect peace. Now, the Bible tells us that there's a peace that passeth all understanding. So, and we actually talked about in Sunday school peace this last Sunday, and God has the ability to give us. Scripture says exceedingly abundantly above what we could ever ask or think, according to the power that works in us. So now that peace then that God is giving us is because we're focused on Him. If we allow the distractions of the world, social media, friends, family to get in the way, that can interrupt that peace. And then obviously that peace is not perfect. It's splintered. It's messed up because then all of a sudden you got people, like you said earlier, people are taking sides. But when we're focused on the master, he gives us that peace that passes all understanding. I mean, it to us it doesn't make sense, but when we're connected to him, it's like plugging into a light socket. When you're connected to him, everything works right. But you got to be plugged into the source.
Mm, I like that. I like that. Nichols, would you like to weigh in on that one?
I agree with what was said because to me, it's like if I'm not connected to God, then, I start running the show of my own life. And then after a time or two, I'd be thinking, well, why isn't this going this way? Why isn't it going that way? Why am I, not having that peace that I know I can obtain? And it's because I have lost focus. I have to stick the cord back in the socket of God and be like, okay, you're going to have me do this your way. And it may not be what I like, but I know I'm going to get what I'm supposed to get. And that's the only way it's going to happen is by me standing connected to you because you're not going to forsake me. So therefore, let me just, get a little bit of humility and become humble and do it your way.
That's good.
You are the way.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's right.
I know when you said that made me think of a song. A song from Lecrae. Actually, I think it's Lecrae, Andy Mineo. It's called "The Background," where they saying, I can let me play the background. You take the lead. Because I can't do this. You got to do it for me, and that's what it all boils down to for me too. Just knowing that, I can't be the one that's in the front all the time. I got to give it to somebody. When I can't handle it, who do I give it to? I try to handle it for her, of course, but when I can't handle it, who do I give it to? I got to give it to somebody.
That's right.
Who I trust in.
That's right.
Jesus, take the wheel.
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Perfectly said. All right, and with that, we're going to get into our first question from here. And our first question is, what is peace? What is perfect peace? And how can perfect peace lead to a happy marriage? All right, we'll start. What do you think on that one, sir?
I mean, we've been having a lot of peace with understanding each other more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Knowing, like, I started having to tell myself, I know he likes this to be done this way, instead of it always having to be done my way. It by me saying, okay, you like this type of food. Sometimes I don't like my food cooked where it's all piled up in one bowl, but I done got to a point where I can mix that and make that for me so we both can have a meal. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like perfect peace is like where, as your wife, I'm understanding the things that I need to do to make you happy and satisfied when you come home from work. Not coming up in here waiting for the meal to be cooked or, things like that. So that's how I see what's perfect peace in the marriage.
Okay. I'm like, I really like that answer. So,
He's sitting here like he don't get it.
no, I do. No, I do. I just like that answer. I just
He's
like
like,
that answer.
okay. Like,
It's good to
yes.
hear her say it. That's, it was just like, I like that.
Well, I mean, I had to learn because, when we met, I was a single mom of two, and I was used to just doing what I wanted to do, buy what I wanted to buy, cook what I wanted to cook, when I wanted to cook it. And we met each other, and we was best friends. I did not know we was gonna end up being husband and wife and boyfriend and girlfriend, So I had to, my mind frame had to adapt, and it took a while because we met each other in a blended family. Like, we don't have kids together. I have two daughters and he have a son, and it was just, I had to adapt. I had to say, he is the one for me. He is the one that I need to, you know, look after when he needs that help. And he is silly, and I just have to, brush off some of the things he does and just keep moving forward and smile every day and just make sure that he's happy, because if he's happy, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take a lot to make me happy. Just as long as my bills get paid, I got money in the bank, and I can say I need to go do something, and he ain't complaining too hard about it. That's me.
Yeah.
I can attest to that. I agree with you on that. And in my opinion of peace, it's when you are at peace with yourself, as well. Because if
Mhm.
you can't make somebody else happy if you're not happy,
That's
so
right.
you got to have a certain medium to life. Period. I mean, of course, the person that you are with, you are here to make them happy, to make sure that a man is supposed to bring security, I guess, to the table in some cases. Then you got to play
Mhm.
your role, I guess, but you also got to know that there's a time for you that you got to be at peace with yourself, because like you said, you can't take care of nobody if you can't take care of yourself. You can't take care of anybody else if you can't take care of yourself. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's my thing. Hmm. How about you, Nicholas? Where you guys at with that
For
one?
me, if you trust in the Lord, then you're going to have peace. So it kind of goes back to the trust subject. So if you trust in God, you're going to have peace. If you trust in God, you are going to have peace. Sorry, we're kind of set up different tonight, so we're having problems with that mic. And by that, then if you have peace, God will help keep you there as long as you continue to trust Him. He'll help keep you in perfect peace. And having peace in your marriage, I mean, there's a lot to be said for that. One of the things that when Jeff and I got married, he was a very peaceful person, but I came from a family where solving problems was yelling at each other. So
Mm.
one day, we didn't have arguments, but one day, I think the first 5 years that we got married, we had arguments, and the first one that we had, um, he, I started yelling because that's what you do in an argument. And he looked at me and he said, um, "I don't know who you think you're talking to like that, but I'm a grown man, and when you want to talk like an adult, you come see me." And turned around and walked away. I was like, what just happened? And really and truly, that was probably the best thing that he could have done, because it changed the course of peace in our home, because I knew his expectation was, look, we don't yell and scream, we discuss it, and that helped keep the peace.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm grateful to him for that.
Very interesting. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
The peace is to me is important. I've been struggling here lately just about just doing things my way and trying to get back that even balance with God and letting God do it His way. We just was talking about it. I've been off course over here and haven't really liked where I've been going here. So now I'm getting back into the contact with God. And he'll let me back every time because he's a faithful God. And what I've known or what I have seen is that I don't have true peace unless I'm following under him.
Mm.
It's complete joy. I can be joyful. Just feel like I'm doing his will. I could be out at the supermarket or something, let somebody go in front of me because, I don't have nowhere to go and I'm feeling good. So why don't you go? And I feel like I'm doing God's will when things like it doesn't happen all the time now, don't get me wrong. But some days it does happen. So when it does, I feel like I'm there. I'm doing what God's will is for me. And I get this peace. Usually here in the household, we have an 8-year-old and my mom, and she's here, and Callista be yelling at him about something, and I just want to be like, Lord, give me the peace in this household, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't, but, I am grateful for it, and I'm definitely grateful for it's hard to explain peace to somebody who don't know it, but those who do know it gets it all the time.
Yeah.
I have some family, just like her, I have family that's always at each other's throat. Every time you talk to them, something's going on. They ask me what's going on with me. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I have God. I have my family, and things are working out. Things ain't always great, but they could be a lot worse if I'm not in the word and I'm not, following God who I choose. So, I don't have time for all of that fighting. All of that fighting is just going to cause turmoil. I'm too old for that.
That's right.
Exactly.
I need to be around, like you guys, I need to be around friends of my marriage. That's why we joined with the Jamals and, the Sloans and stuff, because I need somebody who loves me in peace that's going to tell me if I'm doing something wrong. You can't tell me something right if you're not experiencing it. So, I'm just grateful that this topic has been on trust all month. And when we started it, it was not where I wanted to be. Just because I had some trust issues going on. And the Lord knows what you need before you even need it. So when we started this class, had some things going on and did not want to learn about trust. But Margaret said it's going to be a 7-week class. And I'm like, oh my God, after class 1, can we be done? But we stuck it out. We stuck it out because God knows what you need. And I just have to do the work and I'm going to get what I'm going to get because he's leading me up for something if I allow him.
Yeah,
That's true.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, Michael, you look just like my grandson. I'm about to send you a picture of exactly how he looks in his iPhone. You look just like him. So I want to send that photo over after we done talking. Because I know where he's getting the look from now.
And look, while we're there, what do you feel on that topic, Summers family? Let's see what you guys
I want you to go first.
I guess for me, when we talk about peace and everything, do we get it right all the time? No, but I feel like a lot of times for me, I feel like you have to have the love of God in your heart. You have to have that. And then when you started talking about, hanging out and you're around the single people and not marriage people and stuff, to me, when it comes to marriage, a lot of times you have to be like friend, like the Sloans and, the Nichols. You want to be around people like that know God and, that we can talk about things and we'll just have peace amongst each other and everything. Because when you don't have the love of God with you and you start doing certain things and, stuff gets in your marriage and that causes problems and that loses the peace and everything. That it's all this and all that in the house all the time, So to me, peace is more like, just sacrifice, just, It's a lot I can say on it, but I don't want to talk a lot because once I start talking, You won't hear anything. But yeah, to me, I just feel like sometimes you
Preach, girl.
have to
Preach.
sacrifice sometimes. You do, and you have to be patient. You have to be patient in that sacrifice. So you
Yeah.
finish up.
That's exactly what I was saying, Patrice, is we have to sacrifice. And especially like being married, you have to,
Yes.
you're coming into something new that you're not used to, especially if you didn't come into this marriage through high school, or because we know some high school classmates that got married, but me and Don wasn't, me and Shelter wasn't.
No.
So it's like we have to really adapt to that lifestyle, because I had to adapt. I was just like, he wants me to do this, that, this, and that. Like, But then I had to tell myself, Sheila, look, come on now, change your ways, because you're going to continue arguing with him, because he's not the one that's going to tell you what he's mad at, because that's just in his gene, that he's not going to tell you how he's feeling. He's just going to be emotional with the things that he does. Like he might shut the door real hard, or he might not get up and do something that I asked him to do right then and there. So, I had to say to myself, okay, he's mad about something, change up the things you do, try to make sure you can accommodate to his needs a little bit more,
Yeah.
back waiting on him to accommodate to my needs.
Yeah. To me, marriage is hard. I mean, I'm not saying marriage, to me, marriage is hard. I mean, it's what you make of it. But sometimes, you got to put up with their personality, and they got to put with my person, you got to put up with mine. So sometimes we don't always get it right, but then when you talk it out, when you can communicate and talk it out and stuff, and it makes a difference. But like I said, you have to have the love of God, because if you don't, you'll never have peace. Never.
Yeah.
I'll use this analogy. In the Bible, Jesus and the disciples were out on the water, and Jesus was in the bottom of the boat, asleep, and the storm was raging, and the disciples came, and the scripture, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And Jesus gets up, he comes up, he rebukes the wind and the waves, and says, peace, be still. Now, it's important for me sometimes to recognize when there's a storm going on, and it may be the storm may be between the two of us. I've got to figure out how to calm the storm. I don't always get that right. She doesn't always get that right, but he gets it right. So I think the important part is for us recognizing to go to him in prayer when those storms start to rage in your marriage. And he'll bring about that peace. Like I said, we don't get it right all the time, but through time and through prayer, he works it out. And then it's amazing sometimes how God he'll put something in that situation. There's a little ruffle of the feathers going on in the house, and he'll put something in there to bring the two of us back together and just kind of align things, but it's all him. And so we just have to stay focused on him.
Yeah. I like everybody's answers for this one. I mean, it was like it was right on point, because I mean, you got to have peace in yourself and within things around you, and know how to let go and let God.
That's right. That's true. Yeah.
You got to know your limitations when it comes down to that pressure. Sometimes you got to let it go.
That's right.
I'd be like, shut your mouth, Sheila.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Don't block it. Don't block it. We want to thank you guys for joining us this evening. And before we go, we want to let everyone know about what we've got going on as well the rest of this week. Tomorrow night, we have the Jamals that will be hosting at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then our good friends who are sitting in with us this evening here, the Nichols will be hosting on Saturday morning, 10 a.m. Central and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard. And of course, always, we love the Rudges who jump in from time to time and co-host with all of us, jump in and in the chat whenever they get a chance, and just help us to all keep everything maintained. once again, we do want to say thank you, and we want to issue a couples challenge to you guys tonight. We want you to review the principles of Friends of Your Marriage and separately and quickly make a list of couples that you think are truly your friends in your marriage. Then get together and share that list, discussing your choices and see how many you have in common. And also, I want to remind you guys that the word of the day is, what is it, Michelle?
Challenges.
Hey, winner, dinner.
To I Do Me Too and register for that word of the
That's
day.
right. Go to IDoMeToo.
And it's
.org.
click on this beautiful link that says prizes. I think it says prizes. Yeah,
I think
giveaway.
it does. I think it says giveaways. Yes, giveaways. So, with that being said, I did. I really enjoyed myself with you guys tonight. This was
I did too.
Yeah.
I had a great time. I really did.
and we would we keep the open invitation to you guys always. If you ever would like to jump back on with us again, let us know. We'll keep you in our loop. We always love to see you in the chat. I think we've seen you there a couple times before. We love to see you guys in the chat. And I did hit in our chat, Lamont Summers, you said, what was that?
Let's go eat.
You said
soon.
you wanted to go eat soon. Definitely. We'll be getting with you, Mr. Summers.
Yeah, that's family. We'll have to do that.
Right. We're gonna all have to get together on that one and make sure we can make that happen right there. But yeah, guys, it like I said, this was a great conversation tonight, and we really appreciate y'all getting on board and chiming in with us this evening. And we are not going to hold you guys up any longer, but we want you to stay online with us because we want to talk to you after the show. So don't go anywhere, okay?
Okay.
All right. And to everybody out there on Facebook and YouTube, be sure to join us next Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. We are the Sloans, so come kick it with us.
Peace.
I can't wait to see you and hold you in my arms. I can't wait for the memories we'll keep inside our hearts. I can't wait, cause I've been missing you for oh so long. I can't wait, can't wait. See, I've been missing you. We had to travel the world of our past to realize it was harder before cause we weren't by each other's side. Maybe it took a little longer to know together we're stronger. That's the way our love survived. Now we've gone through the fire. Love will take us higher, higher than it was before we went through love and war. See the promised land, walking hand in hand. Now that we can